The Fisherman Surf Workshop, brought to you by Penn and Spiderwire.
Hi, I'm Toby Lapinski, managing editor of the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine. I'm here today to discuss the benefits and advantages of wearing a wetsuit while fishing the surf. A lot of different options available. One of the things that I originally started using was just a standard belt used for scuba diving with a easy open clasp, very accessible. You can buy them at dive shops. But the problem that I found was that at times when you're, for instance, getting up onto a rock, when you get the wetsuit on, you swim over the rock and you're climbing up, it's easy to pop open the clasp, and I had belts almost fall off several times. So what I've instead switched over is to a double locking clasp. It's not something that you can just easily pop open. If you're climbing up onto a rock, it's going to stay secure. What you actually have to do is you pinch the sides and then push the button. It's the only way to get it. If you just push the button, it doesn't come apart. If you just push the two sides, it also doesn't come apart. So this is really extra security to keep the belt on you at all times, only removed when you want, so that you don't lose all the remaining gear that we're going to address in a second. So we're going to start off here with the first item on this side of the belt, which is the knife. Basically any dive knife will work. This one, you can see it's secure. It's not going to pop out on its own. You have to pinch both sides and then pull out. It's got serrated side, standard side, and what I really like is the quick cut right in here. So if you get tangled in some braid, some fishing line, you can pop it out and just yank back, and it will slice right through the braid. That's really the main reason I carry the belt, as a safety item. If I get stuck, tangled up in anything, it's a way to get myself free so that I don't get into a more dangerous situation. This is, as you can see, it's attached. I built a little bit of a belt loop here on the back. Really, any way that you can secure it will work. All right, next up, going along, we have the Boga Grip, which to me is one of the few items that I absolutely cannot fish without. It's one of those things that if I forget it on a given night, I'm going to go home to get it or not fish, because it's that important to me. As far as landing a fish, not even so much weighing the fish, but just securing a fish when the hooks are still in its mouth. It's a safety item. You boga, clip the fish, let it kind of thrash, get its energy out of it, and then you can take care of removing the hooks. So the last thing you want to have happen, obviously, is to get the hooks buried in your hands or any part of your body. So this really helps. It keeps the fish away from you. When you're handling bluefish, for instance, you clip them and you don't have to worry about getting bit. So actually, I can boga a fish and let go of it, and just the strength of the retractor on its own can actually hold the fish in place, so I can secure the fish, take the rod, address that, and then get back to taking care of the fish before I release it. It also keeps everything attached to you, so I can, for instance, let go either on purpose or by accident, and I'm not going to lose an expensive item here. So that goes on the retractor. Then rather than having this hanging down, bouncing in my legs, what I'll do is actually lay it across the small of my back, open the boga, and it clips right onto another D-ring. You can use just a standard dive weight ring, or there's D-rings that are made specifically for surf fishing by several companies. So that'll lay right across the small of my back. I can show you really quickly here. So when the belt's on, I actually won't even feel that it's there. It just sits right in the small of my back, out of the way. I can easily reach around when I got a fish, pop it off, boga the fish, do what I have to do, and clamp it back on. So that can all be done with one hand. Keeps your other hand free. It's always on there, ready to go. A extremely good set of pliers, designed for saltwater, whether they're stainless steel, titanium, whatever the case may be. You want a solid set of pliers that aren't going to rust on you, that are always going to be secure. For years I used just standard needle nose pliers, but I was always replacing them. I was going through multiple sets on a given season because they just would corrode, the cutters wouldn't last. So finally stepped up, got a nice set of pliers, and again, secured with a lanyard to a nice high quality sheath, so it's always at the ready. If I have a habit of just letting go of the pliers when I'm into a good bite. If I unhook a fish, I can let go, no problem, pick it right back up, and I'm not going to lose an expensive and important tool. The last item is a D-ring. These are designed for holding the butt of the rod, not so much when you're fighting, but when you're either attending to a fish or when you're changing your lures. So what you do, when the belt is on, you secure it right in the center of your stomach, and you take the butt of the rod. I can show you real quick. It'll slide right in. You can let go, and the rod stays nice and secure. So again, when you're changing plugs, when you're out on a rock, you can set in there. You don't have to worry about, for instance, getting bumped by a wave. You've got your hands free. You won't drop it in the water. When you're attending to a fish, when I'm attending to a fish, I'll drop it in there. Got them on the Boga. Take care of that, and it's always secure, and it's out of the way. Obviously, you're going to need some sort of spiked traction for your feet in order to climb in and around these rocks that we're dealing with in the surf. There's three real options that you've got. You can go with sandal type spikes that go over your existing boots. You've got removable carbide tip spikes on here. They're a little heavy. A lot of guys use them with their waders. It can serve double duty, so that when you're using the wetsuit like we did here today, or other days when you're using waders, you can kind of go back and forth between the two and just use one set. Next option is to take your standard wading boots and add aftermarket spikes. There's a lot of companies that are being used now that produce spikes designed for snowmobiles or for motorcycles, and what we found is that they work extremely well in the surf in your wading boot. They generally come with a certain tool to apply them and insert them. As you can see here, they're removable, so when the spikes either wear out or the boots wear out, which happens more often now than the spikes do, you move them over to your next set of boots. It's a good option in that you get the one set of shoes that you can use between wetsuiting, waders, whatever the case may be. It doesn't add very much additional weight to the shoe, so no extra fatigue or weighing you down when you're trying to swim to rocks. And then the last option are shoes that come with soles specifically designed with spikes already built into them. These are what I was using today. I prefer low top style like this when I'm swimming short distances. It's a lot easier, obviously, to bend your ankle and kick when you don't have the tight ankle from a higher boot. However, one of the disadvantages of that is you got to be careful when you're wading in the surf that you don't have the ankle protection, so it's a lot easier to roll your ankle and get injured while you're out there with these lower tops. But I feel that what they afford as far as the ease in swimming more than makes up for just being a little bit more cautious when I'm walking around on the rocks. So those are your three options really that you've got these days. Shoes with the spikes already built into them, aftermarket spikes added to your existing shoes, or using your regular old wading boots and a set of sandals that have the spikes built into them as well.
I would like to close out this video segment by reminding you that like many other sports which push the boundaries of accepted practices, wetsuiting the surf is no exception. There are inherent risks that come with these activities, and I strongly urge you to always use your head and make sure that safety remains a top priority, as no fish is worth losing your life over. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines on the water.